Good evening, I'm Dr. Oculus, and I figured after having the Woojer vest for a year now, I would do a look back to see how well it's fared and how well it is weathered. So we'll give it sort of like a review 1 year on. And I have to say, as a backer of the Kickstarter, I have absolutely zero regrets with this thing. It's it's seen me well. It has seen me very, very well. I make basically just about all of my content wearing this thing. It's had a lot of use. That is deep. Wow. That is an experience. I was not expecting that at all. Wow. Yeah. That's powerful. It adds a whole new element to the game. You've got great visuals through the cosmos. Like, I'm never doubted the visuals are great. The rest of it's not great, but... And then this as well, just, it really hits you. Really hits you. Ugh.
I'm getting the... Down a second for this one. I'm getting the rumble of the curb on the side where I'm driving over it. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And zero configuration. Like, I've not had to mess around with anything or anything like that. It's straight in. The haptics are where they're supposed to be. That is impressive.
God, this is creepy. I mean, when I did the Resident Evil 7 demo, I didn't have the frickin' Woojer vest. And every time you hear a rumble or something like that, it's vibrating the front ones, not the back, just the front. And that's kind of creepy.
Oh, oh, oh! That's giving the rumble in the jungle.
It's highly woogery in here. Always stupendous in this vest. Oh! Yeah, I get that on the left side, and get that on the right side of the vest. I mean, if I was to look at my videos, I think I've done well over 100 streams and videos using this thing alone. I mean, build quality wise, it's fantastic. It's held up. I mean, there's none of the stitching is coming undone. No problems there. The buckles that hold everything together are still fine, and I'm a fat guy, so I'm certainly putting them under strain. The logo is still very much stamped on there. Yeah, everything seems fine. There's paint on there from where I've smacked into numerous walls and things like that. The handle is still very much intact. It's kept its shape. Like, none of this is rippling or bobbling or tearing or fading. It's held up fantastically well. The biggest and worst possible thing I can put on here is this strap thing here. This control box has got a crack in it, and that's not down to build quality. That's down to a very rough game of Space Pirate Arena at EGX this year. Buck and I kind of met in VR.
Oh shit!
You could certainly put it that way anyway. So, yeah, I think it took a bit of a knock at that point in time. I may have mentioned how he tried to rip off my nipple. It took a strong hit on the left-hand side. So I think that's probably the cause of that crack there. Certainly not a build quality. It's me just being a bit of a dick. So, yeah, like, as far as the quality of the product goes, I absolutely cannot fault this thing at all. And like I say, to give you guys a tiny bit of backstory. Yes, so the backstory behind all of this is that it was maybe 2 years ago. I'm sat there with about £300 in my account, and I was getting a bit of FOMO around haptics, and I was seeing people using sub packs, and I was like, can I justify buying a sub pack? I kind of want a sub pack. So I'm sat there with £300 and I want to buy a sub pack, and they were non-existent. They didn't exist, but they were, one of those will come back in stock later on in life. And then just as I was about to sort of like give up on the whole thing or pull the trigger on a sub pack, because they released the Beat Saber edition of the sub pack, and I was like, ooh, that is going to be a bit of VR history right there, the Beat Saber sub pack. Really like the idea of that. But then I took a chance on a Kickstarter that was running for this thing called the Woojer vest. There was the Woojer vest and the Woojer strap, which I have also got here. So they were doing a Kickstarter for the Woojer vest and the Woojer strap. This Woojer strap has seen messy combat, and this thing is still bulletproof. It's going everywhere. I use this, so what I use this for is when I'm like walking around the house, don't want the big vest on, but I'm doing the housework, I use this. But if ever I really want to feel like, games and stuff, the vest every single time. That I just use for mobile music. Yeah, so I saw the Kickstarter for the Woojer and I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna back this thing instead. When it arrived, it was the longest day of my life. So I took delivery of it in the morning, and I did a quick unboxing. Then I had to go to work, and I had to sit there after the unboxing with it charging behind me all day at work, and I was like, God damn, I want to try that thing. And then I finished work and I was able to carry on with the whole unboxing thing, and it was just such a great time. I absolutely loved it. See my vest. From what I've heard from other people, when it comes to the sub pack, apparently I definitely made the right decision. A lot of people I know that own sub packs have since gone out and purchased a Woojer vest, and they say that, yeah, the Woojer vest for them, the sub pack is now done for them. The Bluetooth in the Woojer vest is such a great thing, because the lack of latency is something that really, apparently with the sub pack it's really bad, so then you have to cable, and then when you've got stuff cabled all over you, a friend of mine was basically saying that he had to sit in a chair and pin themselves back to really feel the sub pack, because the Woojer straps around the waist and the chest, it's pulling the transducers into you, and it really sort of brings it home. And I should have probably mentioned off the bat, I have, if you're watching this when it comes out, I've got like another 7 days left. I'm actually giving a vest away. I will pin the comment with a link to that giveaway, so absolutely get in there. I promise you, I mean, besides the fact that you're not paying for it, it's absolutely worth every penny. I often say, if you use something enough, you can justify the spend. And so if people, all they do, like, I would never spend £100-200 on a Pro Tube. I wouldn't do it. I don't play that many shooters. But if all you do is play shooters, then just buy the freaking Pro Tube, because you are going to be able to get your money's worth. And this is something that is absolutely gonna accent so many elements of movies, music, and games that, yeah, do it. Same thing if you love driving games. Buy yourself a decent driving wheel, because you're just making your fun more fun. And this is going to make your fun more fun. I absolutely do, truly, wholly believe that. I'm not being paid to say this. Whilst, you know, I am a staff member, nobody's paying me to say this. I'm doing this video because I want to do this video. Because I still, to this day, this video, I am still frequently getting watches and questions around the Woojer vest, and I happily just jump on and answer them. I mean, I'll bring up some sort of frequently asked questions. I mean, one of the things is, will this work with my ... Yeah, it will. It absolutely will. This thing, if you can put either an audio source 3.5mm headphone jack or a Bluetooth connection to it, it will work. So if you want to use it with your phone, connect it via Bluetooth, connect it via cable, you're fine, it will work. If you want to use it with a Nintendo Switch, connect it via Bluetooth, connect it via cable, you can connect natively to the Switch's Bluetooth now. So you can connect straight to the Switch with this thing, and it will work. It will work with basically everything you throw at it. I see developers are reaching out, just being like, "Oh, I want to make sure this game, this item works with my game," and the response is always just, "Does your game have audio?" Then it works. So I'm sort of telling them, like, look, you don't need to do anything special. Just put the time and effort into your audio that you are going to do, and the Woojer will work fine. I mean, you saw some of my favorite experiences there. If anybody ever asks, I always sort of go to Tetris Effect. I would always go to Iron Man VR if it was a PSVR user. I admittedly thought I would get more use out of it in the likes of Beat Saber, but I don't. I don't seem to like Beat Saber in the vest. It doesn't do what I wanted it to do. It seems to work so much better. Elite Dangerous. Wow. Mining in Elite Dangerous is an event, to say the least. But when you're in the Woojer vest and you detonate those depth charges, you feel the rumble of the explosion rumbling through your entire body. And it just adds an element that you are not going to get. I've said this, I don't know whether I said this in the review, but I've definitely said this many, many times since. This to me makes as much sense as like the next evolution of gaming as what the rumble pack and rumble features of the DualShock controllers did when that became a thing. Like, you had a pad and it didn't do anything, and then now you've got the next evolution where it starts vibrating in your hands, and then since Sony have gone ahead and done magic with this thing where the triggers like will give you feedback and things, Microsoft, the controllers, you can feel the rumbling and things in the triggers. That's an evolution. This is the next big step in the evolution of gaming for me. It makes that much sense. Yeah, 1 year on, any regrets? None whatsoever. Am I looking for a replacement? No need. This one's still live, kicking, still going strong. Battery's still fantastic. I still only charge it maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on if I do the weekend streams as well. I cannot fault it. Like, there's nothing that I can think that I would say this is failing now. Everything's still absolutely perfect. It's still as functional. And the thing that gets me is the clips that I showed you, the ones that shock you. Ones that make sense, you're like, yeah, okay, fair enough, that's understandable. But it's the ones that shock you that are always fun. Where you're just like, oh, hello, Woojer. I've created an entire new dictionary around the Woojer. The word woojery comes up a lot. Oh, that's very woojery. I can feel that. Oh, this is very woojery. And yeah, just it's been an absolute joy, and I hope to get many, many more years. And I cannot wait to see what they come up with next. I basically know I interact with the Twitter world. I do not know what's going on behind the scenes. So hopefully they're cooking up something even more fantastical. But in the meantime, I'm happy to just keep using what I have. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you do check out the Woojer. It is absolutely worth your time for the gamer in your life, for the music lover, for the movie fanatic, if you can get audio to it, it will work, and it will work very, very well. I've watched many a movie in this thing as well, and just the spectacle that you get, if your TV is big enough to rival that of a cinema, the audio in the cinema is not going to give you the same as what this gives, because yes, you can feel the audio in the cinema, but you do not feel it like this. So I'm still smitten like a year later, and I don't know if there's many products I could say that about. I love my racing wheel, but it's lived in a cupboard for longer than it should have. It has. But the Woojer vest, still front and center all the time. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much. And the Doctor is out.
When it hard and fun, slow and slow, fresh and free, coming in, made my space.